So if you haven't heard, well, as you know, if you haven't heard, Virginia State University had a shooting. But before we jump to conclusions, right quick, let's keep in mind that as part of the steps, normally when I talk, I always tell students that I want you to stay off campus and don't get a meal plan. And one of the large reasons why I tell students to not stay on campus is because on-campus housing, meal plans are very expensive, and it adds onto your tuition bill, right? And it can make the school be way more expensive than it should. But I would say like a 1/4% or smaller than a 1/4% of another reason why I tell you not to stay on campus is things like this. Because a school cannot keep you safe in reality. No one can keep you safe but you. So another reality is because of this. So I'm going to play the clip and we're just going to get into it.
Now, Virginia State University, where 5 people have been shot outside of the university's residence halls. Officials there say all of those victims are being treated at local hospitals, and the school's lockdown protocols have now been lifted. ABC News investigative reporter Olivia Rubin joins me now with the latest on this. Olivia, what do we know right now about the shooting?
Gio, very little, but investigators are saying that this shooting unfolded around 1:30 in the morning. Specifically, officials saying that it occurred near the sort of quad area, and that when they responded, they found those 5 individuals shot outside of the residence halls. In terms of the conditions of those individuals, they say that 4 sustained non-life-threatening injuries. One of those individuals is in critical condition, Gio, but that lockdown on campus has now been lifted. That's what officials say, but that there is still an increased law enforcement presence around the campus while they process that scene. And of course, the big question here is going to be about a suspect and about motive. There's very little information on that. There are multiple law enforcement, different departments that are responding to this, including the ATF. Certainly, they are out there looking for whoever this individual or individuals might be. And again, stressing that the members of the community should remain vigilant right now, because as far as we know, there's been no information about any sort of suspect being taken into custody here, Gio.
All right, Olivia, thank you so much. We know you'll stay on top of it. Appreciate it.
So with that being said, that's actually a good answer. They said they didn't jump to conclusions. So this is a story, guys. Arrest made after 5 shot at Virginia State University days before classes begin. They said right here, Harris was found Saturday. That's the person who did the shooting. Harris was found Saturday afternoon hiding in a resident hall closet, the department said, adding that he is not a student at the school. So he wasn't a student. One of the victims was a VSU student. Police said the 4 other shooting victims were a 21-year-old man who was critically injured, as well as a 17-year-old boy, a 23-year-old man, and a 19-year-old woman, all 3 of whom suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Anytime you get anytime that you get shot, that's a life-threatening injury, just being clear. I don't care where it's at. Like, my mom always tell me stories, or anybody that really know, like, you can get shot right here, right? In the arm, and then if the bullet goes, it can go like this, and then it can reach your heart. Because think about it, if you get shot in your left arm, your heart right here, you know, where the CTC at. And the biggest thing I always say is that you have to be extra careful. Is this something that you can avoid? Kinda. It's a Saturday. Like, he did this on a Saturday, and so I just want the victims to be okay. I want their families to be okay. Because now that's going to shift their perspective on them staying on campus. You know, Virginia State University is an HBCU, so Historical Black College University. This happens at all schools, first and foremost. I'm always wondering, why did this hit the news, specifically? Why this gets so much attention, because it's an HBCU. Virginia State University has great ratings on Google. I'm not going to get into a deep dive of it, but it seems like it's a very good school. I go on their webpage. They got their rankings on here. Let's go look at the prices. I got to look at the prices. That's the upcoming fees. So you're looking at about $6,000. They increased by 2.5%. That's good that they put that in there. So you're looking at about for 2 semesters. You divide that, you're looking at about $3,000 per semester. That's pretty good. If you stay off campus right now, after this happened, you probably want to stay off campus at the institution right now. After this happened at the institution, now you're probably like, I don't really want to go here. I want to go here, but I want to stay home and just get my own apartment and not be on the campus, because technically it was a Saturday. And it just gives you an idea, guys, how to be safe and how to take care of yourself. You know, like we had that in high school. And just, you know, be safe, move more careful. It's something that, like, I want to say it could have been avoided. You know, I'm not going to get into that deepness because they might cut that out the video. I don't want to get that deep into it, but be safe, man. Know your surroundings. Once more the story comes out, hopefully you can be more safe, more careful. The school can put better things in place. And, you know, praying for those 5 kids. I don't care what they say, they're still kids because they're in school. So pray for those 5 kids and their family. And just be more careful, guys, as you're going to school and checking your surroundings. And another reason that you got to watch out for you got to be independent. You got to make sure you taking care of yourself, going to school with good prices, great prices. And this is another prime example of that. VSU is, I never heard anything bad about VSU. Virginia State University as HBCU, never heard anything really bad. Never heard anything over, I would say over good, but over extraordinary. Maybe that'll give me something to do my research and do a breakdown video of them. But please let me know what you know about Virginia State University. Once again, be safe. Please be careful. Remember to stay off campus, get roommates, pay your rent with roommates. Don't be responsible for their rent. And I promise you, and I can almost assure you that if you stay off campus, don't get a meal plan, that you save $10,000 or more over the 4 years of you attending a university. And it's even better if you started a 2-year in bridge to a university. All right, y'all, we'll see you again. Please be safe and see you on Tuesday for a live stream.
We done. Debt-free degree. They celebrating debt, but we ain't.